What's up YouTube? Welcome to Koala Gardens. I've got a little bit of a different video today because we have Mother's Day coming up in many countries in the world, and I decided I would like to offer an adoption special price this year for Mother's Day. This year, half price. You can adopt any of the koalas that's over on my shop for $50 for 1 year for a mum. Any mum. Might be your mum. It might be a fantastic mum that you know that you think needs a treat. Whatever the case, you can make them know how special they are by doing a Mother's Day adoption. They will get the adoption certificate for the koala that you choose for them, a Happy Mother's Day card from you to them, a big size photo of the koala that gets adopted, and the story of that koala. That's mighty good value, in my opinion anyway. And I just want to take a moment to acknowledge the Widjabul Waiable people of the Bundjalung country on whose land I live, work and play. Now let's just think about what amazing mothers koalas are. These koala mums dedicate a year of their life to raising their joey, and that's really quite a large chunk of their life. And by the time that joey leaves them, they've usually got the next one in pouch. Thankfully, human mums don't have to work quite that hard. Oh wait, they look after their kid for life, don't they? And I'd like to just give a quick, big, huge shout out to the amazing people who support me in the background in so many ways, financially and many other ways. You are all making such a difference. Koala Gardens is a private property, and I have dedicated the land here to be returned to native koala habitat. I have got hundreds of different wildlife living on the property, and up to 14 of these are vulnerable species. So what I'm doing here is so valuable for the future generations to come. All the video you see here on YouTube is totally free. That is fine. I love sharing the koalas with you. But if you would like to help out what I'm doing, because this costs a lot of money out of my pocket and a lot of time, is you can use the super thanks button below and throw a tip for the koalas. First up we have Eddie. He is the first joey born to the beautiful Ellie, who came over here to Koala Gardens a couple of years ago when she first separated from her mum. It has been amazing to watch Ellie successfully raise her very first joey, and we can't wait to see how she goes this year. Eddie has grown to be absolutely huge already, and he has completely separated from mum and is living as an independent young koala. The newest koala who's arrived at Koala Gardens is the gorgeous Egwene. She hasn't proven it to me yet, but I'm pretty sure that she has got a joey in pouch, and it may well be her very first joey. She only came onto the property back around November of 2022, but I'm seeing her more and more often, and look at how at home she is there in a tree that used to be a favourite tree to Mist, and anyone who's followed my property for a long time knows who Mist is. And then of course there's Ellie, who is now the mum of Eddie. Ellie is a delight. We have been watching her grow from only around 2.5–3 kilos big into this big, strong adult koala who has successfully raised her first joey. She's an absolute delight, and anyone would be incredibly proud to be the adoptive parent of this delightful big-eared, pretty girl. One of the most exciting things is when I get to see more than one generation of koalas going on, and this is Grace. Grace is a third generation of female koalas born here at Koala Gardens. Her mum was Racy. Again, if you've been following me for some years, you'll remember Racy, and her mother is Phoenix. She has grown quickly into a big, strong girl, and she's just so confident up there in the treetops. And with that amazing nose pattern, it's always going to be easy to be sure when I'm looking at Grace as compared to any other koala. And what a perfect name is Hope for this bundle of joy. Watching Hope grow up was just hilarious. Since he separated from Pearl and became independent, I have not seen him scampering about anywhere near the way he used to do when he was with his mum. I'm glad that I got some of the videos that I did though, because they still make me laugh so much, the way he would run about in the trees. But he's been away from mum months now, and I see him most days here at Koala Gardens, and he is growing into one fine koala. And whenever he looks directly down at me, it's like he just has such a distinctive little face. I love this guy. He would be a fantastic adoption option for anyone who doesn't want to be the adopter of a good big lot of hope. He really is one character, this fella. I hope he stays around for a lot longer yet. Now, Hope's mum is Pearl. Pearl's up for adoption as well, and my Discord friends are going to giggle when they hear me say this. You can always tell it's Pearl when you see that dark head that she has. She tapers off to a lighter colour down her back and towards her rump, but she has huge ears like Ellie, but a dark head. She is gorgeous, and just have a look at this. Have a look. Can you see? Pearl was just showing me her pouch that has got a Joey in it again this year. Watch it. Watch as she starts walking. Can you see that pouch? You gotta watch carefully, but when you know, you know. I wonder if we'll get a female version of Hope this year. Oh, I hope so. Ha, pun intended. And look at that nose pattern, you know who that is, our beautiful Valentine. Now, Valentine developed chlamydia in his eye late last year. I was able to catch him, took him in to spend 6 weeks or so in the hospital at Friends of the Koala, and then I was able to release him back into his area, and he has not looked back, let me tell you. He has just gone from strength to strength. He spends a lot of his time here on the property, and he moves around covering nearly every part of the property. He's put a lot of weight on, a lot of condition, and I think he's pretty happy living here. Look at that heart-shaped pattern on the end of his nose. What a perfect gift Valentine is. And last but absolutely, definitely, promise not least, is our delightful little Wattle. Those button bright eyes. Now, Wattle is around the same age as Hope, maybe a month or so older, and Wattle arrived on the property around the time that the other young ones that were born here last year were separating from their mums. He's stayed around. He moves around more of the property than some of the other young ones do, and he's become quite a fixture here. So you have got a pretty big choice there on who you could get as a gift for a wonderful mum in your life. To do one of these adoptions, just look up at the top right of this video and click on the card, or look down in the description below and you'll find the link. I hope that all the mums out there have a wonderful Mother's Day and that every one of you receive a koala adoption. Hey, if you're a mum, you know what? You could tell somebody that you want a koala adopted for you too and direct them over here to Koala Gardens.